Mel Gibson talked about the Jews, and he done grew a long beard and repented and everything. I ain't repenting about nothing, right? And then when they popped something in the newspaper the other day, they popped it on that. Something is going, you got to figure this. You don't have to figure it out. All you got to do is cruise for a while. We're going to keep doing what it seems like Allah wants us to do. There's nothing better than this. And we're going to be in good company. All of those people, those, what the people used to call the good people of America, like the white people that was walking down the street, those are the good people. And I told Imam Jamil, yeah, that's what they told me. I was up in Iowa, at the Masjid and telling them about Dawah. And finally they said, I was talking about going into prisons. They said, well, what about the good people of America? The white people, I guess. I said, no, that's what I was talking about. When I got down to Atlanta, I told Imam Jamil, he said, no, there's a memo out about that. Go to those people. You may not remember, and I'll close with this. Steve Johnson, I don't know if you ever see it, that's the head of Dawah in America. Daoud Zwink, you remember Daoud Zwink? You could tell it ain't no nigga. Remember the white lady that was the president that used to ride around on a scooter and this and the programs? President of this. Those are the good people. And a nigga couldn't get his time of day. Not the time of day, right? Okay. That had a chance to live out its. Don't worry. You don't have to worry about Mela. Y'all, we don't have to worry about none of that. Allah is taking care of everything. We got to just stay tuned to the signals. Let's call them ayats. Ayats in the universe and ayats in ourselves. That's all we got to do. And that's technically all we're doing. We come down here and run the spiel and whatever we need. Remember, and I really will close with this, that for, who's that? Daoud, yeah. Allah gave him power, wisdom, and whatever else he wills. Whatever he needed. That's what Allah gave him. That's the way we feel about it. We don't. Allah will hook us up. Internet and all of that magic stuff, whenever Allah wanted, he'll hook us up. We just got to stay right. We can't fall victim to niggerhood. It's the terriblest thing in the world is to be a low-lifed nigger. No, everybody feels that way, and it's true. We used to have what we call big niggas and little niggas. The worst thing in the world was to be, my partners, I was hanging around with a group, I closed with a group of people on the other side of town, and my friend that was on that side of town, and he was a family friend. He was one of the biggest pimps he was about second or third as far as amongst the pimps. He wasn't one of the Ward brothers, but they was in that clique. And so he saw me hanging around with a couple of guys. They had Cadillacs, they had all that nice. And so he told me, because he was on the other side of town with them, he said, those is little niggas. You hanging around with JR and them niggas is little. I said, thank you very much. So he didn't have to tell me how they little, why they little, when they little. That's all he had to tell me. They was little. That means they not like you. You a big nigga. But you don't know them niggas little niggas always try to get up close to big niggas so they can get something from them. So he was telling me, Yeah, them is little niggas, and in those days, the worst thing in the world is to be a little nigga. I'm telling you, boy, that is terrible. So anyway, we thank Allah. No, hey man, this stuff is going our way. You can believe it or not. It's going our way. It don't make no difference even how a person feel about it. But everybody will get the message to do certain things at a certain time, and they'll be the right thing to do for what we trying to do. If our part is global rescue mission, if we don't do our part correctly, the world will turn into a garbage bin, right? I mean, remember, and I'll close, acceleration. Just in your own life, think about 5 years ago, think about 10 years ago, and think about now. This thing is going down fast, real fast. That means we're expecting big help. We expect to go from like them racing cars, they go in a quarter mile. Good ones, they go from 0 to 100, 0 to something or other, whatever they got. That's where we got to go. We got to go from 0 to 150, 200 miles an hour right away. Right away. That's where we're headed, because that's where the world is. And do it comfortably and happy. And whoever the people we meet along the way, people we thought was big and important, some of them will be wanting to slow us down, and some of them will be wanting to help. Yeah, I look forward to this. I think it's a great opportunity. Are there any more questions? Okay, alhamdulillah. Are there any questions from us? Right, right. And
That being said, there is a genuine kick now to solve homelessness and solve the eco problems we have now in our environment. And there's a lot of funding going on for startups and things like that. So my question to you is, that probably is one of the quickest ways to turn this around. But that whole venture capitalism is how we got here.
right,
So
no, no.
Isn't that just a Band-Aid?
It's not only a Band-Aid, but we're not gonna do any of that unless things come in a certain way. We're not accepting government packages. What I told them a long time ago, I said, in the bait, the way they go by and throw money, I said, now if they come by and throw $1 million on the thing and they don't need no receipt or nothing, fine, we'll pick it up and take it and use it for what we want. That's our attitude. Except in this, there's a certain, we should get our signals correct. So when we realize that we're working with people from inside that have they're compatible with or semi-compatible with where we're trying to go, no matter what part they played in it, then this whole thing is so big, we don't think we're going to solve it, me and you and 3 or 4 people, right? That means we have to have people to soften up the media. so we can be in the media talking freely about what we want to do. And we believe that when people hear that, it may sound a little strange, but we feel like we can convince and turn the people on to this idea. You got to remember, those ideas catch on. I mean, imagine white kids in 1962 not even knowing, they know black people exist. They hear a little music and they like it. But by 1965, in 66, when you go to San Francisco, be sure to wear some flowers in your hair, right? Yeah, all of that stuff. Bam! That was in the old days, things could happen fast. That means we could be sitting here right now, and 1 year from now, we're on a rocket ship zipping around doing certain stuff. That's what we have to be prepared for. We have to prepare ourselves for it. And I feel that's where we're headed. I feel that's where they're headed. We have to make it comfortable for the people that want to cooperate. Not comfortable, but not too hard to not cooperate, but, in other words, there's people in the system, which includes the FBI and everybody else, right? If we're telling all the people go join, or anybody you want to just join, you're going to try to kill you soon anyway, right? That's true. That's actually true. Okay, now, there are people that have already developed a trust level. Why? Because they didn't follow your record all along. And there's people that even take bets, even years ago. I bet you nigga do this, I bet you do that. And they're getting everything. And the ones that bet with you wins all the time, and the ones that bet against you, I bet you he can't stand up against this cutie pie. We're going to send a cutie pie with big old round pretty eyes and long straight hair, right? And she going to be this skin tone. I bet you he ain't going to be able to stand that. And you just drive right on by. And you keep on going. Pretty soon, inside, you develop a cheering section inside the system. Yeah, a cheering section. And this has been going on for a long time. I tried to tell Abdul Malik about that over 20 years ago. He either didn't understand it or didn't believe it. But you could feel, when you do stuff so long, you can feel the presence of what's, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like one of the people that used to come to the Masjid every now and then was a blind guy. And we would fix meals there or something, and he would tell me certain things because he could feel them. He could tell them, like, for instance, he said, if I stick my head out on the street, I can tell how fast the car is coming, how far it is, and everything. And then I just go boogity across the street. He can't even see. Because Aladdin gave him a sense to deal with those things. You know what I mean? So if a car, me and you, we got to see the car. 80% of our stuff come from what we see. We may see it before we hear it. We might, but when you get in a special thing and you do it so long, you get hooked up. That's what I think has been going on. It's been going on. And so, alhamdulillah, it's got to have been going on. unless you believe that a nigga's a miracle man or something. You know, a miracle. That nigga there is a miracle. Talking all that trash, all that time, and right, and just sitting around and doing what they taking a walk in the hills, do what he want, and that's what the nigga do. And ain't nobody with him, ain't nobody helping him. He just doing it by himself. This is possible if it's Allah got him protected like that. But Allah, who Allah gonna use? Other folks, right? Allah gonna use folks. I mean, I could imagine there's still some mystic stuff flashing out of the sky from time to time. But usually, whatever you get as a gift, Allah gonna send that gift to you through somebody else. If Allah protects you,